life in Congress.
Live from the studios of WPSD, this is News Channel 6 Nightcast.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Tragedy in Ledbetter tonight.
A teenage boy died when he was hit by a pickup truck on Highway 60. Reconstructionists are on the scene. They say the boy and his brother were riding bicycles when the older boy was hit and killed.
We had a young gentleman on a bicycle. I believe they said he was approximately 15 years of age, and he was struck by a vehicle, and he's dead on the scene, and we're holding the names pending the releasing the information to the family and everything.
Police say it was dark when the accident happened. We'll have more information as it becomes available.
In only 6 days, Fulton County officials closed a $19 million deal to bring 600 jobs to Hickman. The nation's largest manufacturer of ladies' jeans, the HIS company, plans to begin hiring as soon as next week. Engineers are busily preparing the former Ashtec building for its new tenants. The company expects to move in by the end of May and begin operating June 15th.
It is a big boost, specifically because the Henry Round Siegel Company is a great company, particularly in the apparel industry. They are a giant in that industry in this region, and we couldn't choose a better apparel company to have locate here.
Initial employment is set at 200, but that number should rise to around 600 after expansions over the next year and a half. The company will begin taking job applications next week. The company already operates HIS Sportswear in Fulton that employs 120 people. Another legal setback tonight for convicted serial killer John Wayne Gacy. In his final days before execution, the Illinois Supreme Court has denied a last-minute stay of execution. Earlier today, a circuit judge dismissed a motion that Gacy's death by lethal injection is inhumane. His lawyers promised to keep filing appeals through the weekend to try to stop the death. He is scheduled to die by lethal injection Tuesday morning for the murder of 33 people in the 1970s. Illinois voters will now decide whether people accused of abusing children get to confront the children in court.
The state Supreme Court ruled a law allowing closed-circuit television testimony unconstitutional in February. Patrick Rocky joins us live from our Illinois Bureau with word that legislators now want to amend the state's constitution. Patrick?
Well, that's right, Johnette. The measure passed the Illinois House just this afternoon. The Senate had already approved it. Now, prosecutors and child advocates say this is an amendment that will make a difference.
It's extremely traumatic. Our court system is set up for adults, not for children. They have already gone through a very traumatic experience by being molested, and we, in many ways, compound that trauma by the court experience.
They're not only traumatized by what this person did to them, then they become traumatized by the system. I mean, I've testified in court many, many times, and I'm still scared. So you can imagine what it would be for a small child.
Especially when that child is forced to sit face-to-face with the person accused of molesting him. All too often, the child cannot or will not do it.
90% of the cases, there is no physical evidence. Again, it's the child's word against the adults. And again, unless the child can get up and testify, then there is no case, and the molester goes free.
It was that fear that led legislators to pass a law allowing young sexual abuse victims to testify by closed-circuit television. A sensible solution, they said, but unconstitutional, the state Supreme Court ruled. A person accused of a crime has a right to confront his accuser face-to-face. In November, Illinois voters can change the Constitution.
We need to pass more laws and amendments such as this that make it, our courts, more child user-friendly.
Now, 60% of voters will have to approve the measure in order to get it passed. Johnette?
An important vote. Thanks, Patrick. 3 former officials of a Benton, Kentucky orange juice plant faced long-term prison sentences tonight. A jury convicted former Sunup Foods president James May, his wife Patsy, and brother Sam today of defrauding customers by illegally adding sugar to juice sold as unsweetened. The jury found James Mays guilty on 28 counts of conspiracy, mail fraud, and transportation of misbranded food. Patsy Mays was found guilty on 26 similar counts, and Sam Mays on 21 counts. The jury did acquit Sam Mays of mail fraud. James Mays could face up to 100 years in prison. Patsy Mays is looking at the possibility of 90 years and Sam Mays 65 years. Authorities placed James Mays into custody. The other two were allowed to remain free on bond pending sentencing.
A Southern Illinois jury says a Chicago man should die for the murder of an elderly woman. 28-year-old Osby Gilliam was sentenced to die following several days of deliberations by a jury in Jefferson County. The judge set a July 20th execution date for Gilliam, but of course he will first go through several automatic appeals. The jury found Gilliam guilty of kidnapping 79-year-old Aline Delia, beating her to death, and then dumping her body near Mount Vernon.
3 Southeast Missouri fraternity members will stand trial for involuntary manslaughter in the alleged hazing death of Kappa Alpha Psi pledge Michael Davis. 19-year-old Carlos Turner of Florissant, 22-year-old Cedric Murphy of Memphis, and 22-year-old Michael Giles of Dallas were bound over today in Cape Girardeau Circuit Court. The 3 are charged in the February beating death of 25-year-old Michael Davis. Trial is set for May 16th, but the attorney representing Giles and Murphy says he will seek a change of venue and a different judge. A 2-year probe of Illinois Congressman Dan Rostenkowski may lead to his indictment. Charges of trading stamps for money and misusing campaign funds may topple one of Congress's most powerful figures. Mark Sapelsa has more.
Congressman Rostenkowski is home in Chicago tonight, but refusing to come to the door to answer questions. Apparently at the door is an indictment following a 2-year investigation. It's revealed today that U.S. Attorney Eric Holder is recommending an indictment of Rostenkowski to the Justice Department. Holder reportedly having sent a prosecution memo to Justice. If true, it's a blow to the likes of President Clinton, Rostenkowski, his right-hand man on health care reform. A blow to Mayor Daley, who even today still calls Rostenkowski critical to Chicago and beyond.
He's vitally important, not only to me, but the state and to the nation.
The 2-year probe began with a look at how congressmen allegedly traded stamps for cash at the House Post Office. It expanded to, among other things, Rostenkowski allegedly renting the Chicago office, paying himself and his sister with campaign money.
It all depends on how you want to color a story, but this is not a phantom office.
Then allegedly using public money to lease cars, using campaign money to pay lawyers during the probe. The Justice Department must determine whether to indict the powerful congressman, but one source said, then all that's necessary is for a grand jury to reconvene and take a final vote.
Rostenkowski did not comment on today's events, but he has denied the allegations from the beginning.
No comment. That's what President Clinton is saying about a sexual harassment lawsuit filed against him today by a former Arkansas state employee. Paula Jones alleges that then Governor Bill Clinton lured her into a hotel room during a 1991 state conference and made unwanted sexual advances. The president would not comment on the lawsuit, but his attorney Robert Bennett calls the suit tabloid trash. Bennett says the president adamantly denies that the incident occurred. He says the woman is just after money. Jones is seeking $700,000 in damages and says the money, any money won, will go to charity. No criminal charges have been filed. A little bit later on Money Matters, I'll show you a key part of your financial safety net, estate planning.
But next, Cal updates our stormy future.
Closed captioning of News Channel 6 Nightcast is sponsored by Citizens Bank, working to be your bank. Ron Beaton, Jonette Warwick, meteorologist Cal Sisto, and Dave Winder with sports. This is News Channel 6 Nightcast.
You ever notice when you buy a washer and dryer, the less you pay, the less you get? Not during Maytag month, featuring more for less on our new laundry line. Get a new Maytag washer with $80 worth of extra features at no extra cost. Get a new dryer with $70 worth of features at no extra cost. Plus, save on Maytag refrigerators, ranges, and dishwashers. All backed by famous Maytag dependability, which works out well for everyone. More or less.
Save on Maytag now at Ramage Maytag, Paducah, and David Wood Appliance and TV in Mayfield, Kentucky. Everything is on sale now during Pier 1 Import's gigantic warehouse clearance sale. Daily door prizes, grand prizes, coupons, volume discounts, and incredible savings today at Pier 1 Imports, Carbondale, Paducah, and Cape.
James Sanders Nursery has these spring specials. Geraniums starting at 50 cents. Bedding plants just 25 cents each. Shop James Sanders Nursery in Paducah.
working the same job for the last 12 years. And they've been good to me. Of course, it hasn't been easy raising 2 kids and all. Money is real tight. You know, if I got hurt and lost my paycheck, we'd be in big trouble. Okay. Thanks a lot. Sure. But I know who I'd call to help me out. Lawyers with the right experience. Ones who spent years helping out folks like you and me. People you can trust.
Jevedin, Bryan, and Zimmerman. They get results.
What kind of boat are you looking for? New, used, power sail, yacht, or personal watercraft? Whatever you want, you'll find it May 13th through the 15th at Mid-America's largest in-water boat show. Kentuckiana Yacht Sales, Green Turtle Bay, and Kentucky Lake Sales at Lighthouse Landing are teaming up to make your boat buying dreams come true. Special prices, on-site financing as low as 5.977%. Make plans now to be in Grand Rivers and Gilbertsville for Mid-America's largest in-water boat show at Kentuckiana Yacht Sales, Green Turtle Bay, and Kentucky Lake Sales at Lighthouse Landing, May 13th through the 15th.
Hi, I'm Sparkles, and this is Sparkles Jr. This Mother's Day, show Mom she's special with a gift during Michelson Jewelers' Moms Deserve Diamond Sale.
Save big on diamond solitaires. Half carats from $7.99 and full carats from $24.99. Anniversary or wedding bands. Half carats $3.99 and 1 full carat's $5.99. Solid gold and gemstone complete antique style slide bracelets $5.99.
Get 1 year's interest-free credit, too, at Sparkles' favorite jewelers, Michelson's.
On to meteorologist Cal Sisto now. The radar beginning to get busy tonight.
That it is. Fortunately, we haven't had any warnings for severe storms or flash flooding yet, but later on tonight it could get a little more active. Right now outside the Weather Center we have a temperature of 69 degrees, cloudy skies. We've had a little bit of light rain passing by this evening. Our high temperature today was 77 degrees, helped by a little bit of sunshine to the warmest of the week. The low this morning was 59. The winds right now are from the southeast between 3 and 8. The barometer's at 29.94. Says rising, maybe, maybe not. The relative humidity at 65%. No precipitation that we can measure. There hasn't been a trace actually today and for the month so far. And here's our radar in motion from the National Weather Service in Paducah, showing movement of rain showers, light rain toward the east at about 15 to 30 miles an hour. Some heavier rains, though, building across south central Missouri, and this is the area that's been pounded much of today. Getting a little bit closer to us now, so we'll be keeping an eye on those weather systems, some big thunderstorms, and you can see them blossoming one after another back as far to the west as northern Oklahoma, where there is a tornado watch in effect until 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. There's still a severe thunderstorm watch for southwest sections of Missouri into northern Arkansas until 1 o'clock. No watches or warnings in effect for any portion of our area right now, except for the flash flood watches for southeast Missouri and southern Illinois for later tonight in anticipation of this storm system moving along the front and with its energy and moisture that's available, producing some locally heavy amounts of rain on ground that's already saturated. High pressure should be coming down as that storm system moves away, though, over the weekend, and we'll see some improvement by tomorrow late and on into Sunday. Temperatures at this hour ranging from 60 at Mount Vernon, 62 at Marion, Illinois, to low 70s across the south half of the area because of that front still snaking through our part of the country. High temperatures today into the 70s for the northern sections of our area briefly, but then it cooled down as the front slipped a little farther to the south, and 80 from Lindsay Price at Barlow today. The warm stuff definitely in the south half of the area, up to 84 according to the Suitors at Martin. And it looks like those are going to be the warmest temperatures we'll see for a little while. Lows tonight, 50s to lower 60s, a mild one, but highs tomorrow will be noticeably cooler than today across the south half of our area into the 70s, no 80s this time, and in the 60s for northern sections. Here's our forecast map 24 hours from now. A few lingering showers in the southern part of the area as that storm system now over Texas pulls away toward the east coast and high pressure begins to pull in, and that will mean cooler temperatures coming on in here, but also fair skies for Sunday, Mother's Day. It looks like a good deal of sunshine. For tonight, our forecast, a good chance of showers and thunderstorms, and they'll be increasing from the west as the night goes along and moving into West Tennessee too, lows 50s and 60s. For tomorrow, a good chance of showers and storms continuing and still some locally heavy rain possible, but the showers ending from the west by late tomorrow with highs 60s north, 70s south. Tomorrow night, clearing skies after some early showers, Kentucky and Tennessee, lows 40s north, 50s south. And then on Sunday, sunshine, a high about 70. A little bit warmer on Monday, looks like a beautiful day, and the possibility of not just clouds, but maybe even a shower on Tuesday into Wednesday. Not enough of a chance to put in right now. We're being optimistic.
We'll know that better in a couple of days.
Right.
And Mother's Day so far, pretty good.
Thanks, Cal. Okay.
Well, coming up, some surprising news on unemployment.
And on Money Matters, the hard truth about planning your estate as we finish building your safety net.
At Royal Oaks, we're so confident that you'll love your new Olds that we'll give you 30 days or 1,500 miles to bring it back. It's part of The Edge, a program exclusively for Olds owners. Whether you buy or lease, your new Olds comes with a 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, nationwide roadside assistance, just a phone call away, even courtesy transportation. Oldsmobile calls it The Edge. At Royal Oaks, we call it making you happy. Get the Oldsmobile Edge today at Royal Oaks, Park Avenue, Paducah.
You know Rogers Jewelers has the perfect gifts of love. Rogers has hundreds of diamonds to choose from, all at the perfect price. Who can resist the look of this sparkling 3/4 carat total weight wedding set at an incredible price, just $14.99? Show her you love her with Rogers' finest quality 1/4 carat round solitaire, just $3.99. Or give him a band that says forever, a 1/4 carat total weight man's diamond band, just $3.99. Give your special someone the perfect gifts of love, sparkling diamonds from Rogers.
Yes! Sonic offers this entire meal for just $2.99. But did you know our famous bacon cheeseburger contains 5 basic food groups? 5 food groups?
That's not possible.
There's bread, vegetables, meat, dairy, and bacon. Bacon's good enough to be its own food group. Hot fries, a medium Coke Classic, and Sonic's famous bacon cheeseburger, just $2.99.
Give me that burger.
No place hops like Sonic.
Any faucet can turn on water. Kohler faucets give it shape. Change the flow. Once you turn on a Kohler faucet, you'll never want plain water again.
Before you build or remodel, you must visit the largest showroom in the South, KT Distributors, Union City.
Announcing the dazzling Memphis in May International Festival Tattoo. Over 1,500 performers salute the Ivory Coast of West Africa. May 13th and 14th at the fabulous Pyramid in Memphis. An international music and marching extravaganza. Rhythms from Africa to America. Unbelievable dancers on stilts. Elephants, pipe and drum corps. U.S. and Canadian military bands. Come to Memphis. Call your Ticketmaster outlets. Presented by Northwest Airlines.
We've been talking this week on Money Matters about family financial planning that we all need, but many just don't get done. Well, you might call tonight's segment the final chapter, estate planning. Having all the necessary documents complete in case of death is a key part of your financial safety net. It will make a tough time in life a bit easier and make sure your property goes where you want.
Estate planning is not just for the elderly. Most all of you who own any type of property and everyone with minor children should carefully plan what would happen to the children and property if you died. You do that with a will. In it, you should name an executor to carry out the will, name a guardian for your children, create a trust to manage property young children inherit, and direct the distribution of your property.
A will is especially important when stepchildren are involved. Take, for example, a car accident where the stepfather dies instantly, the mother dies a day or so later, and then the stepchild a day or so after that. Obviously, it's a bit of a stretch, but in that case, the stepfather's entire estate would pass to his wife's ex-husband.
Most people choose a general power of attorney.
Attorney Stan Spies says adults should also consider seriously what's called a power of attorney. That document gives a person you choose power to conduct your business, such as paying bills and even making medical decisions if you cannot. If you become incapacitated without designating a power of attorney, Spies says it's a real mess.
You have to go into district court, and you have to file a petition. You have to have the person evaluated by a physician, a psychologist, and a social worker. You have to have a jury trial, and all of this is for the purpose of having someone appointed guardian.
It also makes extreme financial sense, $35 to $50 for a power of attorney compared to this.
You might incur initial expenses of $1,500 to $2,000 involved in all the medical and legal fees that have to be paid in connection with doing that. And then it doesn't stop there because they have to file regular reports with the court, reports and accountings, and they usually have to pay someone to prepare those.
Now, all of these items make so much difference when a family member dies. And again, estate planning is not just for the elderly or just for the rich. And there's one other point to consider, estate taxes, especially for Kentuckians. Kentucky is an expensive place to die. I'll have that Wednesday night on Money Matters. Well, more evidence today that the job market is healing. The economy created 267,000 new jobs last month, more than analysts predicted. That pushed the April jobless rate down to 6.4%, the lowest level this year, and it would have been even lower if not for the nationwide truckers' strike. However, that strength provided new reasons to worry about inflation, and many expect the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates again this month. That weighed on the stock market, though it could have been worse. The Dow was off 52 points at one point, but bounced back to close off just 26 at 36.69 in heavy trading. Transports lost 24, utilities down 4. Declines led advances 3-1 with the average share off 26 cents. For the week, the Dow lost 12 points. On the broader market, the S&P 500 dropped 3.5 to close at 447, while the NASDAQ composite fell 7, ending the week at 732.
An Illinois Senate committee took steps today to lure a new 1,200-job chicken processing plant downstate. Under the plan, Hudson Foods would get all the money its employees pay in income taxes. The company would reportedly pay no state income tax for 25 years. Those proposed tax breaks could not exceed Hudson's construction projects. Several sites in downstate Illinois and western Kentucky want the plant. Well, Dave Winder is next with sports and tells us that the Cardinals got a wake-up call tonight.
And it's almost Derby time. Dave has a recap of today's races in Louisville.
We've been saying Mercury Villager is the minivan that drives like a car, but actions speak louder than words. Now look how it moves in here with a sliding rear seat and room for 7. You'll get a standard driver's side airbag, front-wheel drive, and standard 4-wheel anti-lock brakes.
I'd like to see you try that in any other minivan.
Mercury Villager. It's at your Lincoln Mercury dealer now.
Owning a home in America, a little corner of America, that's a dream we all share. We all want a way to get there. Kentucky Oaks home, affordable American dreams. Kentucky Oaks home, solving the housing needs of mid-America.
If you're in Cheyenne, Aberdeen, Devil's Lake, Bonita Springs, you're gonna find Taco John's.
Strike silver during Taco John's Silver Savings Celebration. Dig into any of our 4 delicious silver savings specials, now at a special low price.
You're gonna find Taco John's.
Silver Savings Celebration, now at your hometown Taco John's.
Robert Alexander Real Estate and Auction Company presents a new home auction Saturday, May 7th at 10:07 a.m. on Hawthorne Lane near Metropolis. You've never set foot in a finer home. Selling is an outstanding home in the new Oak Creek Estates with outstanding quality throughout and prestigious layout and design. Oak hardwood floors, beautiful cabinetry, surplus of walk-in closets, and large spacious rooms. Preview this fine home today by calling 1-800-307-SOLD. Robert Alexander Real Estate and Auction Company, Robert Alexander, broker and auctioneer.
Make this Mother's Day something special with selections from James Sanders Nursery, Paducah. Potted rose bushes, usually $7.95 to $10.75, now half price. Azaleas are just $3 for $10. Beautiful bedding plants are only 25 cents each. 1-gallon wisteria vines are $3.95 each. Purple lilac bushes, 2 to 3 feet tall, $7.95 each. Happy Mother's Day from James Sanders Nursery, keeping you in the green for over 40 years. James Sanders Nursery, Paducah.
Dave Winder here now, and the Cardinals, I guess, haven't been hitting so good.
Well, not really. The thing that's really been getting them is the pitching. They give like 43 runs in the last 6-7 games or so.
But tonight they got good pitching.
Well, tonight they got good pitching, and it turned out well. It was Game 2 of the weekend series between the Cardinals and Mets. St. Louis entered the game 2 games behind first-place Cincinnati in the National League Central Division. Jeff Kent continues to have a great season for New York. He hit his 10th home run of the season tonight. This one over the boards off of Tewksbury in the second solo home run. It was 2-0. And hey, Rush Limbaugh was at the game, palling around with Jack Buck in the broadcast booth. Mark Whitten came off the DL last night. He showed us what he could have been giving the Cardinals all along in the upper deck, folks. That's a blast, his first of the season. And then in the 9th inning, John Franco walked 4 Cardinals, believe it or not. And finally, he walked Terry McGriff, who was the pinch hitter, to win the game for the Cardinals. The final score in this one was 3-2. Franco had 4 walks in the 9th inning. Elsewhere, Cincinnati over Houston 4-3. Florida beat Philadelphia 9-5. Anthony Young got the win for Chicago at Pittsburgh, and Greg Maddux pitched great for Atlanta tonight as they shut out Montreal 5-0. Games in progress. The Dodgers lead the Giants in the 3rd. San Diego leads Colorado also in the 3rd. And over in the American League tonight, it was New York over Boston 3-1. Detroit beat Seattle 9-4. Took 10 innings for Cleveland to get past Baltimore 4-2. Milwaukee over Toronto 7-1. In the 8th inning, Kansas City leads Chicago by 1. 7th inning, Texas trying to get the shutout against the Twins. And on the coast, California leads Oakland 2-1 in the 2nd. 2 teams had a chance to clinch first-round NBA playoff series tonight. Houston advances if they can beat the Blazers. And earlier tonight, the Knicks tried to polish off the Nets, and Patrick Ewing came up big just when they needed him the most. The putback off of Oakley's miss. Ewing having a great night. This put the Knicks up 9 in the 3rd quarter. Chuck Daly was not impressed. Now in the 4th quarter, the missed free throw. And there is Ewing for the Tappy at 36 points, 27 in the 2nd half, and 14 rebounds in this one tonight. And Ewing has the monster chest butt. He's going to hurt somebody with that thing. 102-92 the final score. The Knicks win the series 3-1. Houston is on its way to winning tonight. If they can keep it up, they lead 23-7 against Portland. In the NHL playoffs tonight, series tied 1-1, and the game is, too, for Toronto and San Jose. And Vancouver trying to go up 3-zip on Dallas. They lead at 1-0 in the 1st period. The weather forecast doesn't look good for tomorrow's running of the Kentucky Derby. Showers expected to make it a muddy track at Churchill Downs. We had 2 great races today at the track, the Turf Classic and the Kentucky Oaks. In the Classic, Pat Day took Paradise Creek to the championship in a time of 1:48. Lure was a close 2nd, and Yukon Robbery was 3rd. It was the first time in 4 tries that Paradise Creek had defeated Lure. And what a finish for the Kentucky Oaks. Here's the stretch call from announcer Tom Durkins.
Head-to-head as they charge headlong into the last furlong. Diane's Halo is 3rd. Sardula digging down deep. Lakeway is tenacious on the outside. Sardula, Lakeway in a battle of will to the wire. Here's the finish. It looks like Sardula gets it by a desperate head.
It was an exciting race. Lakeway was 2nd, and Diane's Halo was 3rd at the Kentucky Oaks. Finally, Murray State head basketball coach Scott Edgar announced today the signing of 6'11 center Quentin Eccles and 6'10 center MC Mazik. Eccles is a junior college transfer from Kansas. He was a JUCO All-American last year. MC Mazik is a freshman from New Jersey. They joined 6'5 forward Fred Walker from Chipola Junior College as Murray State spring signees. So the Racers had 1 tower last year in Antoine Teague. Next year they'll have 2 towers.
Size coming in.
That's right.
Okay, maybe 2 will be lucky.
We'll see.
Okay.
Thanks.
When we come back, Cal will have more on the rough weather headed our way.
Stay with us.
Citizens of Paducah knows it's time. You need money for a new car that'll make you flip your top. Or a boat that will give you more pull with your friends. Or maybe you're looking to build on a family tradition. Just stop by and ask for a simple interest loan from any of our friendly loan officers. There's never been a better time to see how Citizens is working to be your bank.
You expect it in a sports car. You get it in a lawn tractor. A Snapper lawn tractor. Power. Snapper offers state-of-the-art engines all the way up to 18 horsepower. Handling. Shift through the gears or fly through demanding maneuvers with hydrostatic drive. Styling. This is one tractor you could buy just on its looks. Power, handling, styling. A Snapper tractor is like a sports car for your lawn.
See Rash Cycle Paducah Hoyer Outdoor Equipment report.
Hi, I'm Larry Stovestein, the Paducah Ford dealer. I'm headed into spring with the best deal you're going to find on Escort. New 94s, power steering, brakes, air conditioned, $88.95. If you're a recent college grad with $9.95 down, your payment's $156 a month for 60 months. Trucks for you truck buyers, brand new 94 full-size F-150s, $12,995. Not strip trucks, loaded. Power steering, brakes, air, chrome wheels, and more, $12,995. If you own your own business, you get $500 more. That's Paducah Ford, where you get a tank of gas with every deal.
This is great steak. Absolutely correct.
I eat my salad first and then my steak.
Just the whole buffet thing is the best.
And the people always treat you like you're a prince.
We didn't feed these people lines.
Yeah.
We simply fed them good food at a good price.
I'm gonna eat a little more than I should.
I like Ponderosa, put it that way.
Right now, Ponderosa's Juicy, 20% larger top sirloin, including your choice of potato, plus our grand buffet and Sunday bar is just $6.49.
I can't ask for anything better than that.
No.
At Ponderosa, America's Family Steakhouse.
We need a new 2% national sales tax on everything? If re-elected, Congressman Barlow will fight for a new 2% national sales tax on everything. Barlow's tax would be on things like groceries and prescription drugs. We have a clear choice for Congress. Henry Lackey, just named the taxpayer's best friend by the Kentucky Taxpayers Union. He has a specific plan for cutting government spending. On Tuesday, May 24th, vote against Mr. Barlow's new sales tax. Let's send Henry Lackey to Congress.
Back to Cal now as we head into the weekend.
Firing up that radar across the region, you see some big storms moving out of Missouri on the left-hand side of your screen toward the east, and we'll be watching out for some locally heavy rain. There is a flash flood watch for southeast Missouri, southern Illinois through the night. Good chance of showers and storms everywhere by late tonight, with lows about 60 degrees or so. Tomorrow, still a good chance of showers and storms, but they'll be diminishing, if not ending, from the west by tomorrow afternoon. And we're looking for clearing tomorrow night. Sunshine for Mom on Sunday with a high about 70, and then it looks like a fairly good start to our new week, too.
70s, some nice temperatures coming up.
Yeah.
Pleasant.
Half and half,
Thanks.
sort of. Dave.
It's nice in Georgia at the Bell South Classic down in Atlanta, where John Daly shot a 64 today. He's 11 under. Russ Cochran 6 under. Kenny Perry 3 under as they go to the weekend. You know, John shaved his head to play better, and
it worked.
It worked today anyway with a 64.
It's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And Russ has played well in Atlanta before, one of his favorite courses.
I think he's had a couple of top 10s in Atlanta. Took last week off to think about things, I guess, and he's
and
right there.
Helped, apparently.
Well, when you go to the weekend after making the cut, it's almost like a whole new tournament. Yeah. And they try to go for the big money.
Well, we're rooting for him.
Sure.
Okay, that is the Nightcast.
Thanks for being with us. Have a good weekend. Sam Burge will be here tomorrow night. We'll see you Monday.
There's one book that's really hot this year.
Reading the Real Yellow Pages, huh?
The Real Yellow Pages from South Central Bell.
Me too. It's a little thin though, huh? Don't you think? I mean, no, it's not that thin. But
It's full of helpful information that goes way beyond shopping. From the calendar of events to stadium and theater seating charts, the Real Yellow Pages from South Central Bell. It's such interesting reading.
I can't wait for the movie.
It's the book you can't put down.
It's time to play the Kentucky Lottery. Hi, everybody. I'm Chip Holston tonight. Winning pick 3 number is 6, 2, 2. That's 622. Donna?
Hi, I'm Donna Craycroft. Tonight's winning pick 4 number is 9, 8, 6, 6. That's 9866. Chip?
Now it's time to play Cash 5, where you can win up to $100,000 in one lump sum. And here are tonight's winning numbers. Number 31, followed by number 14. The lottery's newest $1 scratch-off game is called Barrel of Bucks, with a top prize of $2,000. Number 8, number 6, and our final number worth $100,000 in cash is 21. Here are some recent Kentucky Lottery winners. Now remember, you gotta play to win, and you too can be a winner. Good night and good luck from the Kentucky Lottery.